Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode, another podcast of Alice Mike's podcast. This is New Music Friday for August 13th. Friday the 13th. How about that? Friday the 13th. Ooh, I don't know why it's such a significant. But new music for August, Friday the 13th. Hopefully everybody's having a good week, planning a good weekend, having some fun, or planning to have some fun. Yeah, sorry about not having a podcast last week, but I just decided to just jump it all together. There wasn't much content for last week, so yeah, so I just joined in last week's new music releases with this week's releases. So yeah, it's been a busy week. Yeah, I mean, what kids going back to school this week? At least here in the Central Coast. Take care of those kids. Make sure they wash their hands and take showers and practice proper hygiene. Because you could only control what you have at your house, and you know, yeah. I mean, how many times, how household gets they'll all get the cold or the flu because they bring it from school. So just saying, just make sure we have taught the kids proper hygiene and washing their hands and stuff like that, so we don't bring any viruses, any sickness home. So it's just because they're in a more dense population at school. There's 30 kids to a classroom, and just got to be aware, and they got to know that just proper hygiene and washing their hands and use hand sanitizer, and yeah. Then back to school shopping too. So I mean, the stores had a good little bump in shopping stuff, and yeah. So we got back to school. We have Olympics just finished up. And I don't know if anybody watched it, but man, it was some cool stuff. Seeing some the track and field, some basketball, softball, baseball, swimming, of course. Little controversies here and there. I don't know if you heard about the Mexico's women's softball supposedly throwing away their uniform. Some saying they did, some saying they don't. I mean, unfortunately, if they did, if they didn't, well, yeah. So we got that little stuff, and then baseball's what is it? Trade deadline ended, and Dodgers got Max Scherzer and Trey Turner, and then the Giants got Chris Bryant from the Cubs. So I mean, it's going to be a good race on the on the National League West between the Padres, Dodgers, and Giants. So it'll be fun to watch who ends up winning the division and who qualifies for the wild card. Maybe all three teams. So definitely a good time to be West Coast fan of baseball. We won't talk about the Angels because the Angels, ay, pobrecitos. Yeah, either people getting injured or, yeah, I mean, Mike Trout's been out for most of the year. And then football season is, man, it's like a month away. We got some preseason going out already, so I'm enjoying some preseason football. Yeah, so we'll see how it is. I mean, it's the first year of, no, it's the second year actually of Las Vegas Raiders. That's gonna be kind of weird, not hearing Oakland Raiders. Then we got the Rams here in LA, and then the Chargers in LA as well. And then of course we got the Bay Area team, the Niners. So interesting time in sports right now. Some sports are finishing up their season. Some are gonna start, and yeah, and then at least here in Santa Barbara County, we have a mandate of mask on indoors. Everywhere we have to be indoors. They're mandated to have mask, which if it protects yourself from getting sick, why not? Um, you know, I personally was getting used to having no mask off, at least that freedom, or at least having the choice of if you want to wear it or not. I mean, so I mean, it was good. I would still wear it sometimes. Let's say when I'd go inside and there was high population of people. Because why not? You know, it shouldn't bother. I mean, if the only person that should bother if you're wearing a mask or not, it's yourself, not anybody else. It doesn't affect anybody else. So, but yeah, so we're back and wearing masks, and we just got to follow the guideline. We were already getting used to having a little mask in the car and everywhere we went, so it's not such a big deal. Yeah, so hey, hope everybody's having a great week. I got a pretty exciting week coming up. Yeah, next week it's a good week. I'm gonna go see some concerts. Going to go see some baseball. So it's gonna be fun. I'm definitely gonna come back and talk to you guys about it and how it went, and definitely be wearing my mask and taking hand sanitizer and protecting myself as much as possible. Yeah, and like always, don't forget to follow, like on my social media pages on Alice Mike's podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and then my YouTube channel, same name, Alice Mike's podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, watch some of the videos in there, and yeah. So we're gonna start it off. So for the new releases that came out on Friday the 13th, with August 13th, Friday the 13th, and last week, which is August 6th. So we're gonna start off with this guy named Rodi Felix. He came out with a live album with banda Los Huejoteños de Badiraguato. So he has a whole album with them. I picked out 5 songs that I like from them. The first one actually is a tocadita, which is de esta sierra a la otra sierra. So yeah, it's a traditional song. It's good. Con banda sinaloense, not tamborazo like some people have been calling banda. Like I hear it more and more. People confundiendo banda with tamborazo. It's like, come on, people. Like, but maybe they just don't know. You know, let's try to educate them. All right, and then we have All right, so that was and then we have that actual guy singing, Rodi Felix, a corrido called Pista en la Sierra. Then he sings con cartitas y palabras, La Milpa y Los Dos Amantes. He sings it con en vivo live con banda Los Huejoteños. And yeah, go ahead and check it out. And again, all this music gets uploaded to Alice Mike's playlist on Spotify. That's the name of the playlist where all this music gets uploaded. So you could just go up there and just enjoy and listen to it on Alice Mike's playlist. You just go in there and check it out. So yeah, and then Banda Los Huejoteños. I mean, I've seen them so many times. If they're the same Huejoteños that I've seen here in the United States, because I know there's Banda Los Huejoteños are, I guess, the originals in Sinaloa. So I don't know if it's the guys from Sinaloa or the guys over here in the States, because they're both called those Banda Los Huejoteños. So yeah. Banda that when I heard them live, they're not bad. I mean, they're good banda for being here in the United States. Este, some performances have been better than the others, pero también you know, um, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Some performances are better than the others, but sometimes it's not the banda's fault. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes there's people that get bandas and they ask for the most bottom price, and they don't understand that you know a lot of these musicians make a living out of this, and it's not easy. It's not easy being part of a grupo, part of a banda, conjunto, being an artista. It's not just talent alone to know how to play, learn how to play an instrument, learn about music. If if it was really easy, anybody will do it. Anybody could do it, and not anybody could do it. And some people have it naturally. Some people have to work really hard on it. So I understand you want to get the best deal, but sometimes it's not it's just it's not understandable the amount you want to pay. I mean, if you just can't afford it, you can't afford it. And I mean, a banda here in the United States, um, you know, I mean, depending on where we know where you're at. Sometimes if you're in a more populous city donde hay más gente, pues hay más competencia. What's going to be cheaper? Of course, there's it's not cheaper in quality. I mean, in price. But let's say you come to you're not in LA or Phoenix or I would say you know the Bay Area or just where there's big metropolitan cities. Yeah, you can get a good price for a banda conjunto because there's competition. But if you go somewhere in between, like in the Central Coast, I don't know the prices like in Bakersfield or Fresno or Sacramento or at least the West Coast wise. It's going to be more expensive. Maybe because there's less competition. Instead of having 5 to 10 bandas or so in the there's only two, and they share they might even share músicos. So of course price is going to be more expensive. And then some, if you get a price for a banda, they're like, oh, what's $1,000 an hour? And you see this other one, it's like, oh, it's 650 or 700. It's for a reason. Only if you're getting a family discount, but most of the time it's for a reason. A lot of people don't even notice or don't even know. También, how many times there's a banda playing and they go, people go up to me or el compa Horacio or my dad, and he's like, no, pues, ¿cómo piensan? Tocan bien, ¿verdad? And we're like, we're trying to be nice, and we're like, well, yeah, it's all right, but now we're saying we're music experts, not saying that at all, but it's sometimes you're like, no, pues está más o menos, pero ya cuando when the banda is playing good, and we're like, no, but esta banda sí toca bien. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes what you paid for, that's what you get, and that's what if you could afford that and you're happy with that, and that makes you happy, that's great. You know, if you're dancing, you're having a great time, and sometimes that's all that matters. I mean, I think when if you go to a party, and I've learned this from experience, not only experience but just kind of growing up. Sometimes you go to a party and the banda is like, or the conjunto, it's not to your liking, or not the styles, not to your liking. Okay, but again, you're invited to that party. You're not paying for the party. You're not paying for the music. So as much as you would like the music to be in your favor, if it's not, you're a guest. You're a guest to that party. You could easily just get up and leave. If you see people enjoying themselves, having a great time, that's great. That's what they're there for. If it's not to your liking or you don't like it, I mean, that's too bad, so sad. Throw your own party. You know, throw your own party. Don't be making no faces. I mean, hey, if the banda's like really messing up or the conjunto's really messing up, then yeah, I think you could. I'm not saying you should be making faces, but hey, you got your right to opinion, give your opinion and stuff like that. But again, if you ain't paying for it, you know, um, don't make a big fuss about it. If they don't know the song you're requesting, that's fine. Again, you're not paying for it. Now, if you're paying for it and you don't like how it sounds, then you have every right to be mad or to be issue with the music. And yeah, at least that's my take on it. If you're paying for it, I mean, for the music, and it's not to your liking, first of all, you should have known, or it's I think sometimes it's unfair for, you know, if you got these we talk to the musicians or the grupo from like a month in advance or 2 months in advance or whatever advance, or you got them. If you have a songs, a set list that or some songs that you want them to play, let them know. Don't give them the set list or the music that day. Yeah, there's some musicians that could, they could come up with the song allí, and just once entre medios kind of take it out and kind of put the song together, but it's not going to sound as good as you should have prepared yourself. Okay, let's say you're gonna have a birthday party. You like these songs, or the person you throw the birthday party for, they have 3 or 4 or 5 songs that they enjoy, they like. So the grupo, hey, do you guys know this song, these songs? Okay, if you guys don't, pues ahí está. You know, uh, make it easier. So then you don't look bad, and you get what you want, and the grupo looks good too, because they play that song, and todos cumplen bien. Pero como at the day of the party, oh look here, here's all the songs. Damn, that would suck. I think that would suck as a musician. Oh, okay. Like, let's say that you get a banda, and then you're like, oh, well, I like these canciones tocaditas. You know, maybe they never heard those songs before. Maybe they have, and maybe the trumpets know it, the trombones know it, everybody, but the clarinets don't know it. Um, it's I know somebody that likes una canción que se llama Clarineteando or Clarinete Polka, which is composed by. It was originally played by los hermanos Rubio de Mocorito, la banda Hermano Rubio Mocorito. It's like a polka, no, not a polka, but it's una canción. It's a song where it's a clarinet solo, and it's quite difficult. I think it'll be quite difficult to know. Y pues a veces sí, la banda sí se la sabe, a veces no. They know about the song, but maybe they haven't practiced it. Maybe the clarinet player is not up for it, you know, or they don't know the transitions in the song. So I mean, it's a great song, but to expect the banda to know that song out of just to know it, when it's not really a popular song, it's kind of hard. But if you tell the banda at least a week in advance or something, hey, I like this song, play it. Okay. Like same like a song that I like. It's called El Duende Negro, and it's a clarinet. También de banda, when it's clarinet heavy, and si te la pido es because a ver si if they know it, fine. If not, that's fine. I go with the expectation of, they're probably not gonna know it, but hey, if they do, great. If they don't, you know, I should have the expectation that they should know the song. Um, Man, I don't think I have anything to talk about, huh? Well, well, that's my little rant about music, and um, Yeah. All right, so we're gonna continue on with the new music. All right, so we have this guy named Valerio Gaitán. Um, it's a single he came out with. Se llama El Hormiguero. Go ahead and check it out. Este, it's a corrido, pero está bien. Um, it's the first time I hear this guy. I don't think he has an album yet, but yeah. So Valerio Gaitán El Hormiguero. All right, so we got another single by Canales, El Color de la Suerte. I mean, just another song about being from the bottom, going on top. I like Canales, compositions. So, yeah, go and check it out. So it's El Color de la Suerte, by Canales. It's a single. Then we have El Bebeto has an album called En Vivo desde Guasave hasta el Cerro de la Silla. Just couldn't put En Vivo desde Guasave, huh? All right, so in the album he has the three songs that I liked. It was El Rey de Mil Coronas, famously it's a cover for famously sang by Lalo Mora, and then he has Cantando como Primer Día with a potpourri with Vete con él, and then has Flor de las Flores. I was going to say Feria de las Flores, but no. Flor de las Flores, El Bebeto, and featuring Carlos y Jose Jr. All right, so then we go to Regulo Caro. Has a single came out with the single came out Pancho y Arturo. It's a corrido, but it's a great story. It's definitely you definitely could tell it's Regulo Caro composed it because he does have a distinctive style how to compose music songs. Pero the story he takes you through is awesome. A lot of the newer corridos or they really don't take it through a story, but this one does. It's about revenge, and I just really enjoyed the story. I was actually when I first heard it, I was at the gym, and it's just like working. I was actually doing what is it? I was in the elliptical, and trying to get my time in and trying to lose some pounds. And then the song came in. I was like, oh, it just sounds like another corrido. And then I got lost in the song. Got lost in the story. Then that you wanted you wanted to hear what would happen next. Not a lot, at least for me personally, not a lot of songs or corridos you really get that interested. Most of the time, you like how the song goes. Lo arreglito. Okay, this sounds good, or at least for my sake, I like this arreglo que le tienen, or I like, cómo toca el acordeón, o me gusta el son del corrido, or I think something about it. Pero esta canción, la letra sí me agarró mucho la atención. So definitely recommend hearing it. You guys could hear it. It's called Pancho y Arturo by Regulo Caro. Yeah, go and check it out. They definitely like the lyrics of the song. It's not the lyrics, but the whole story Regulo takes you. All right, so from there we go to Kimberly Pleites. She has a single coming out called No Volveré. Classic cover. I mean, from Antonio Aguilar has seen it to, I mean, everybody has seen, not everybody has seen it, but it's just a popular cover. Girl has a good voice. I like arreglo que le hacen en el medio de la canción, in the actual chorus of it. They make the song a little bit more upbeat, and then they slow it down again, and then they make it more upbeat again. So I've heard that arreglo before, pero it sounds good, and why not recommend it? So it's Kimberly Pleites with the single called No Volveré. All right, next up we have Alex Fernandez. So la que sigue la dinastía Fernández. If you know who the dinastía Fernández is, get out of your rock. So, Alex Fernández, hijo de Alejandro Fernández. Alejandro Fernández, of course, hijo de Vicente Fernandez. And of course, and I don't know if you heard, but hopefully Vicente, hopefully he's feeling better. There's reports that he fell and he had to be placed in ICU, intensive care unit. So, I mean, hopefully he gets better and, I know he's retired, but, we, safe recovery, speedy and safe recovery for Don Vicente Fernandez. Okay, so going back, so Alex Fernandez came out with a single called Buscando el Olvido. And I don't know if you remember, anybody has heard my past podcast. I think not the last episode, but 2 episodes before. His dad came out with a single, which I recommended, that it was mariachi con tuba. And I'm like, it doesn't sound too bad. But now Alex Fernandez came out with another, not another, but his own single with mariachi con tuba. I never expected the Fernandezes to, the ones to, I'm saying branch out, but join the, not the, I want to say tuba craze, but just the, I just think, mariachi has been such a traditional sound. I don't think Vicente ever added un acordeon to his music. So just it's interesting. It's if anybody can make it acceptable or to the masses, would be them. If you think of mariachi, you think of Vicente. So I'm not against it. I think it sounds good. Let's see what the public thinks and of this new venture in music. Maybe it's just a single. They could just check it out, see how it goes. If it's popular, maybe they'll more songs will come out with that type of music. If it doesn't really hit, will they leave it alone? Was it just an experiment? But hey, why not? So it's called Buscando el Olvido by Alex Fernandez. It was a single. Go check it out. El muchacho canta bien. Song is definitely, I'll call it like a type of a radio darling, which is it's intended for radio. Like some of those songs you're gonna hear in the radio over and over again, because it's like a radio song. It's a single. It's I don't know. That's how I see it. So maybe it goes in the radio and he becomes successful. Pues qué bueno. But yeah, so it's called Buscando el Olvido, Alex Fernandez. All right, then we have something a little different, but hey, it's under Regional Mexicano. So it's not a song called Carencia. It's by Acquid, Grupo Codiciado, and P-Chanch. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I don't know, you guys remember Acquid, the Acquid movement, back in 2002, 2001, or 2004. They with them rapping with banda beats and quite successful. I wouldn't say they're back, but they've always, I guess they've been around since that time, and they especially with now ahorita que es now there's such thing as regional urbano. A lot of people, younger generation that didn't know about them are finding out about them again, or just finding out. And then we're, people, the older generation is like, but yeah, we knew about these guys. It was just, they had their moment. They had, I believe, two really good, successful CDs or albums. And then it just kind of, I don't say they faded out, but, as the new music uh, came on, or pues quién sabe, ¿verdad? But they've always been somewhat around, and now they're back with the single. Sounds cool. So yeah, go and check it out. It's called Carencia by Acquid, and featuring Grupo Codiciado in P-Chanch. All right, then last but not least, we have El Potro Sinaloa. Came out with an album called En Vivo desde Culiacán. He sings Cuestión Olvidada, which is a song famously sang by Los Tigres del Norte. It's in banda. Yeah, so go and check it out. Yes, El Potro de Sinaloa, Cuestión Olvidada. En vivo desde Culiacán con banda. All right, everybody. So that's it for all my recommendations for music for August 13th, for Friday, the 13th of August. All right, so everybody, thank you to everybody for listening, and wherever you're listening from. You're listening from the East Coast, West Coast, North, South, and everywhere in between. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Don't forget about my social media. Have any questions, messages, want to say hi, whatever. Go to Alice Mike's Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget my YouTube channel as well, Alice Mike's Podcast, same name. And just hit me up. And again, thank you for listening. Am I forgetting any stuff? No, just everybody have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Que se la pasen bien, nice and safe. And like I always end off the show. Remember, don't forget to smile. If nobody smiles back at you, get in front of the mirror and smile at yourself. Somebody's smiling back at you, right? Have a good one. Stay positive, everybody. All right, Sammy, say goodbye.
Thank